Hello students. Um, Before some days, as you are busy in your half yearly examinations, so that's why after that let's start the rest of the chapters which we have left behind. And we were discussing about simple harmonic motion one more time, just for your uh, for just to remind you. I just want to tell you again, in case of oscillations, as there is a center, there is a equilibrium point, there is a mean point, and at this mean means the particle move through and fro behind around this mean point. So such types of motion is known as oscillation. And I've just explained you also the case of periodic motion, in which the motion repeats itself after a fixed interval of time, like sine wave, cos wave, trigonometrical functions like circular motions. All these things are periodic because they are repeating their original, means they are repeating their path after the certain interval of time, after a fixed interval of time. So such types of motions are periodic. Oscillatory motions are that in which there is a mean position, equilibrium position, and a particle is executing to and fro motion around it, and such types of motion is known as oscillatory motions, like oscillation of pendulums and bob and something like that. These are oscillatory motions. So oscillatory motions can be periodic. Yeah, obviously they will be periodic because its motion also repeats itself after a certain interval of time. But it is not necessary that always periodic motions are oscillatory. So that is like if you take the example of circular motion, in that case the it is not oscillating, but it is periodic. So such types of examples you have to understand, and I have just explained you that. And also after that I have just explained the what is the case of free oscillation. So in case of free oscillation, as if in the medium there is no resisting force that is adjusted, suppose like just like uh, viscosity, friction of air, like if you are performing anything in air. So such types of things if not present anywhere, and means no resisting force is present, then such types of motion is known as free oscillation. Clear? And harmonic oscillations are those in which we are taking the trigonometrical function to represent the displacement of any particle. So in this chapter we are discussing our displacement for the harmonic oscillations only, means our all vibrations, that is the displacement of that particle that is executing vibratory motion or oscillatory motion, that will be represented by trigonometrical functions, and that are harmonic waves, harmonic oscillations. Clear? So only we are in this chapter we are only discussing about harmonic oscillations, not all of the types of oscillations. So I think that difference is clear. What you are studying here, you are studying only a limited case of oscillation. And also in case first case is simple harmonic oscillation. So if there is no free oscillation, then obviously there is no resisting force in our uh, medium. So in that case, if there is no resisting force, then there will be no opposition to the motion of the particle. Means once particle will be displaced from its position, then it will continue its motion with uniform velocity. And means not actually not uniform velocity will change at every point, but as an average if you see that will be uniform. So with average uniform velocity, and with uniform energy, with uniform amplitude, uniform time period, it will continue its motion. Means if there is no resisting force, then it will not return ever to its mean position, to its rest position. So such types of oscillations are known as simple harmonic oscillation. In such type of oscillation, the oscillations can be obtained for the infinite period of time. Means once if you will displace it, then after that, before if you are not applying any external force on it, then it will never come to rest by itself. In general we are seeing that if you displace any bob, then after some time it comes to rest, because there is the presence of external forces resisting forces here. So later we will discuss that case also, but here we are discussing ideal case. In that case we are just taking the no force that is present to retard the motion. Clear? So this is the case of simple harmonic case. We have even solved so many we have solved the phenomena for getting the displacement equation, and also with the help of that displacement equations we have just calculated what will be the velocity, what will be the acceleration, and what will be the time period, amplitude, and also at what will be its value at its equilibrium or mean position, what will be at both two extremes. So I think all that topics that are clear, we have already discussed it. And today let's see the next property that simple harmonic motion possesses. That is, obviously if it is in motion, then obviously in motion there will be mechanical energy attached to it, and in the mechanical energy there can be two types of energy, potential and kinetic energy. So we can calculate at every point what will be the case of potential energy and what will be the kinetic energy. So first, kinetic energy. So as you know that for the formula of kinetic, suppose that the any particle of mass m that is executing simple harmonic motion, and its velocity we have calculated, b is equal to, we have y is equal to a sine omega t. This is the equation for the displacement equation for the oscillation. With the help of it you can calculate easily it. So what will be the value? This will be a omega cos omega t. Clear? And also in terms of this we can write here this is the value, or y a square minus y square. You can calculate it from here. We have just calculated it already, that's why I will use it directly. Clear? So here the kinetic energy is given by half mv square. This is very simple. The kinetic energy is given by such factors. So you can put the value of v here. So what will be the value of v? You can put here from, I am directly taking it from here. So what will be its value? That will be omega square a square minus y square. So finally the value observed for the kinetic energy, that will be this. Clear? Now if you want to see the kinetic energy at mean position and at extreme position, so what will be? So at mean position, suppose this is your of that is executing simple harmonic oscillation. So obviously at mean position its displacement will be 0. So if the value of y is 0 here, so what will be the value of kinetic energy? This value is obtained in this case, only this case will be just from here. So it means that in this position we obtain always a kinetic energy, and that kinetic energy has a maximum value. As you are seeing that it contains a square, and a is the maximum possible displacement in this motion. So obviously this is the maximum possible value of energy. So here the total value of particle, that is wholly kinetic. We have already see the case of this value. So what will be it extreme positions and what will be here? So at extreme positions, if you see that the value of velocity here, so here the y value of y is that is equal to amplitude of the oscillation. So if you put this value, then we obtained here v is equal to 0. Clear? So if v is equal to 0 here, then with this equation you can also calculate kinetic energy here will be 0. And at this position, with this equation we can obtain this value will be y omega into a, and this is the maximum possible value of velocity in this case. So here the maximum possible velocity, that will be equal to this, and with the help of this equation obviously we can say that what will be the maximum possible value of kinetic energy, that will be equal to this value if you erase this factor. Clear? So simply if we are talking about the kinetic energy of simple harmonic motion, then the kinetic energy of simple harmonic motion will be greatest at mean position, and that will be lowest or 0 at two extreme points. Clear? Means kinetic energy is decreasing when we are tending to extreme positions. Next, the topic is we have to calculate potential energy of the simple harmonic oscillation. So for to calculate potential energy, first as you know that potential energy is defined as the work done to displace any particle by some displacement by some distance. So suppose in this process obviously we are applying a force to displace it, and that value of force is suppose that F, and due to the application of this force, suppose there is dy displacement in the particle that will occur. Means here any bob is here and we are applying any force F on it to for its oscillation, and suppose that due to application of this force F there is a small displacement y in the particle that is occurred. So what will be the work done in this case? The work done, value of work done, small, for small displacement we are taking a small work done in this case, and that will be equal to F into dy. And as you know that the value of this F is equal to minus ky. We have already know that this value of displacement is directly proportional to the the value of force is directly proportional to the displacement, and the tendency of displacement means particle is always to return to its initial condition, to equilibrium point. So that's why here minus sign is taken, and k is here force constant. Clear? So this is the value, and we can use this value. This is whole ky dy. Clear? Now if suppose that there is the total total displacement, suppose this is the total displacement in the particle, and for this total displacement obviously there will be some work done in this system. So to calculate total work done of the system, simply integrate this from y is equal to 0 to a. Clear? Means we are displacing our particle from y is equal to 0 to a to produce the oscillation in the system. Here maximum possible displacement is a and minimum possible displacement is 0. So the system that will be exactly what will be the condition. Actually system will execute from minus a to a for the whole displacement, but from here we are taking only from this to this. So finally you will get what will be the value. This will be this. Or simple, if you don't want to say, write it, then you can erase it also. Only just calculate only first what will be the general equation. So what general equation you can integrate it, that will be obtained half k y square. Clear? So this is the, as you know that this is elastic potential energy. So in case of oscillations, particle executing simple harmonic oscillation, that is always elastic potential energy. Clear? Now this work done, that is obtained half minus ky square. This is the energy stored in the system of simple harmonic oscillation, and that is known as potential energy of the system. So what will be the potential energy of the system finally? So potential energy, that is equal to work done in the system, and its value is half k y square. So finally half k y square, and the value of y is a sin omega t. Yeah? So you can write here half k, yeah, or you don't have to write it also. If you want to write it in terms of sin omega t, then you can write it, and if you don't want, then you can leave it also, half k sin square omega t. Clear? So with the help of this equation, you can see that if we see now at mean position and at extreme position, what is the value of potential energy. So at mean position, as the displacement is 0, so if you put this value, then potential energy that is obtained 0 here. And at extreme position, the displacement is a, so we can put this value, and the displacement will be here half k a square. Clear? And this is the maximum possible potential energy in this case. At this point we have obtained the value of kinetic energy 0. Clear? But at this point we have obtained some value of kinetic energy, but in this case at this point potential energy is 0 and kinetic here potential energy is obtained. So you can see that in the system mechanical energy is conserved. If you solve it for these 2 points, like we have the value of kinetic energy that is equal to half m omega a square minus y square, and we have the value of potential energy that is equal to half m omega y square. Clear? This is the obtained value of kinetic energy and potential energy in these two cases, and now take the sum of these to obtain the total energy. So what will be the total energy? That is kinetic plus potential, and finally if you solve it, then you can obtain m omega a square, and this is your constant value. Clear? Here we are seeing that m is constant, omega is constant, a is constant for the simple harmonic oscillation. Then obviously this is constant. It means that at every point in the oscillation, total energy should be constant here. Total energy cannot change. Means if there is increase in kinetic energy, then definitely there will be decrease in potential energy, and if somewhere potential energy is zero, there will be kinetic energy maximum. At somewhere if kinetic energy is zero, then potential energy should be maximum. Like at equilibrium point, mean position, we are seeing that here potential energy is zero, and the kinetic energy obtained, that will be maximum kinetic energy in case of simple harmonic motion. And also at extreme positions, we are seeing that kinetic energy is zero and some potential value of potential energy is obtained, so that value of potential energy will be maximum for the system. Clear? So maximum and minimum potential energy can also be obtained, maximum and minimum kinetic energy is obtained, and at other point we will get both the value of kinetic energy and potential energy, and its sum will be always equal to this value, that will be constant value. Clear? So law of conservation of mechanical energy also be applicable here, so that will be valid. You have to keep that in your mind, that here actually we are taking the force that is conservative here. You always take the force that is conservative. So if the force is conservative, it is only depending on the conditions, means it is not path dependent, it is only point dependent, and such types of all the processes that is the conservative force that doing, that is done here. So that's why in case of simple harmonic motion, in case of oscillatory motions, means idle oscillation condition, as conservative force is applicable here, then mechanical energy will be conserved here. Clear? We have already discussed these all in the topics of work, power, energy clearly, so I think there is no confusion to all of you how conservative forces are related to the conservation of mechanical energy and so on. So I think that is clear. So if you plot a graph for it, so what will be the case of graph? Suppose this is mean point position here. So if in the graph this is mean position, and this is y is equal to minus a, and this is y is equal to a. Clear? So maximum possible displacement is in the x direction, that is y is equal to a. At the other side in the moon position, that is y equal to minus a. Clear? And this is y is equal to 0 position. So at this, if you are taking the displacement, and at this we are taking energy, so we can plot the graph at the same time for potential and kinetic energy both. So as you know that at this point, first at this point, kinetic energy is 0. You have obtained this. At the extreme points, kinetic energy is 0. So if kinetic energy is 0, then the graph, and at this point it is maximum for the center. So you can plot a graph like this. Means kinetic energy just decreases when we displace it from its mean position to the extreme positions, it decreases. Clear? So this is the graph for simple for this, and this follow a parabolic graph. You can see it also from the equation. So there the graph is obtained as a parabola, and this is just like it. Clear? And again for the potential energy you can also plot a graph. This is for kinetic energy. So for potential energy, as we have seen that the potential energy is zero at extreme position and it is maximum at this position. So this is the maximum value of energy that can be obtained. So you can plot a graph here, and also you know that you have seen the formula for the potential energy, that is also parabolic formula. So here the graph will be that parabolic. So you can plot a graph from here. So this is the graph for kinetic energy and potential energy. Means we can easily draw a graph from here for the help of this. Clear? So this is the total energy T and all this. So this is the graph of simple harmonic motion for the energies of simple harmonic motion or the particle executing simple harmonic motion. So I think there is no confusion regarding to this, guys. How can you understand the kinetic energy and potential energy in this case, and how can you understand the conservation of mechanical energy in this case? Clear, I think. So the next topic we have to study, that is the damped harmonic oscillation. So as I have just told you, we are taking the ideal case of oscillation in case of simple harmonic motion. Like we have studied for the gaseous system. First we have studied the ideal gas. After that we have studied with the help of it and with the help of some correction in the equations of ideal gases, we can understand all the properties in comparison to ideal gases very easily for the real gases. So because in case of ideal conditions we take some assumptions according to our means to solve our problems, because that particular topics can arise complications while solving the problems. So that's why we first to solve it we just take some assumptions, some simplifications, some conditions we put here. And like in case of gases, for ideal gases we have seen the case the assumptions of kinetic model of the gases, and with there we have taken some assumptions, and with the help of that assumption it was very easy to calculate, very easy to derive a formula for ideal gases. And when we corrected that formula we can easily obtain it for the real gases. And also with the help of ideal gases we were able to explain it for the real gases also. So in the same manner, as I have just told you the concept of free oscillations, like if there is the execution of oscillatory or vibratory motion anywhere and there is no resisting forces, then in that case it means there is not extra forces, only two forces were acting in our case of simple harmonic motion. First was the displacement force that was acting on the particle in this direction, and the direction of this displacement is always opposite to this, and its value is minus kx. Clear? Means restoring force, as its name is. So first is restoring force and second is the direction of its acceleration. So as you know that particle is always accelerating opposite to its displacement, and with the help of Newton's law, Newton's second law of motion, you can also give its value, that will be equal to F equal to ma. So only two concept of two forces that were acting here, and with the help of it we were easily derive an expression for the displacement of the particle that is executing simple harmonic motion. But in real cases, as you have seen that when we displace any particle that is executing oscillation or simple harmonic motion, that stops after some time. So if it is stopped, then it means that its amplitude is not constant, its amplitude is continuously, its amplitude is changing, and ultimately it stops here. So if amplitude is changing, then obviously there is some properties that is changing, because the reason is that in our daily life there is the resisting forces, there is dissipating forces that is always present in our medium. As here all around all of us air medium is present, So due to the presence of air medium, if we are performing it, if you are taking other medium, then obviously due to that medium, you know that there will be viscosity friction and you can understand it. But here if you perform this on open space, means in air, then obviously air is made up of the molecules, particles, ions, and obviously that molecules will oppose any relative uh, displacement in their position due to the because you are, what you are doing, you are just disturbing them by the application of force for, or by the some displacement of the particle in that medium. So if we are displacing this particle in the medium, if we are, it means that we are disturbing this, the air particle between this, and due to the this air particle, obviously they will oppose, they will retard the motion. And obviously if there will be the retardation in motion, then it's very simple that they will apply some resisting force so that they can retard your motion. And if your particle want to continue its oscillatory motion, then it will provide some energy to prevent them these resisting forces. Like if you just I want to do this motion, then air is resisting me, so obviously I will provide some energy to resist the air resistance and air friction, air viscosity, I will just provide this. So obviously if I will provide some energy, then some of my energy that will be lost, and due to the lost energy, obviously the displacement that can I do here, that will be somewhat less. So obviously if I could perform displacement at this point, but now due to transfer of some of energy, I can only do this at this point. Again resisting forces is same, air is continually applying its resisting forces to me, and obviously continue I will supply some energy to continue my motion. So again if I will supply some energy, then again this maximum displacement that will be somewhat less, and again this will be come, and finally I will come to at rest. Clear? So this is the same condition, this is same things for the our bob or our particle that is executing simple harmonic motion in our daily life. Clear? So that's why in daily life, daily was all after some time, like we see the pendulum of was, and that is also stops after some time. So that the reason is that the presence of friction, viscosity, other dissipating and resisting forces due to presence of medium in our medium surrounded us. So that is the case of where our motion is damping, our motion is dissipating, our motion is continually decreasing, that is known as damped harmonic motion. Clear? So this is the real problem that we are going to discuss here. So it is the real things, means in this case we will also consider an extra force, that is the dissipating force, that is the resisting force offering by the system to offering by the medium in which we are performing the oscillation to us. So I think what is the damped harmonic oscillation, that is clear to you guys. It is just you can understand it by the case of real gases. It is just like the real gases, and we are just trying to solve it by the knowledge of ideal gases, like ideal condition like simple harmonic oscillation. So we know a lot of things in the case of simple harmonic oscillation. What we have to only make here, we have to only correct one thing, or we have to add only one force here, that is the dissipating force or resisting force, which is resisting the motion of the particle or vibration of the particle, and that is known as dissipating forces, and its value is directly proportional to the velocity of the particle. So if you call the what is the dissipating forces, that is equal to the velocity of the particle. So if you will solve it, then here obviously we will get, suppose that here I am just putting it here like, or suppose this is b, a constant b will here, and this is b. So this is the value of resisting forces. As you know that greater will be the speed of the particle greater will be the speed of the simple disturbances, so greater will be the kinetic energy of the system. And if greater will be the kinetic energy, and with the help of kinetic theory of gases, you can see that easily there will be the greater increase in kinetic temperature, and obviously due to that the particle will the motion, means particle or molecules of the surrounding medium, that will be also agitated, and due to, and to bring them in a stable condition, they will offer more dissipating forces. So that's why this dissipating forces is directly proportional to this velocity, means greater will be the velocity, greater will be the dissipating forces on the particle that is executing simple harmonic oscillation. So today I've just only gave you the surface knowledge about the damped harmonic oscillation. So this is the real case we have to study. In the next class we will see the equation of displacement equation of damped harmonic motion, and after that I will tell you what is forced harmonic oscillation, that is to convert it into simple harmonic motion. We what we have to do, we can also make it ideal, and what we have to do for that, that is known as forced harmonic oscillation. So later we will discuss in the next class, guys. So for today let's end the class here. Thank you.